Um, I'm gonna get a little more personal here. Um, you are in relationship with a very good friend of mine, Vignesh. Um, and he's Indian, you're Indian, but he grew up in India and he's here. So is it still in interracial kind of couple thing? What is it like? Intercultural kind of couple thing between you two, like, because I was also in relationship with someone different culture altogether. um so yeah, like when I saw you two, I felt like, oh yeah, they should be like, from the same place, so there's is not much difference. But based on what you were telling me last time, it didn't sound like that.
Yeah, so I remember if we go like very back 40 minutes ago, I said like I'm more Indianized, right? A lot of American born people here would, I don't think they would date someone from India because they just don't think they have that connection. But I, like when I met Vignesh at university, I felt like, oh, like this person is like a really amazing person. And we connected a lot on different things outside of culture. And one of the things though is we do speak the same language, but he says I like don't he says I don't speak it that well, but at least I can understand what his parents are saying, or I can basic communication, I can survive off of that. So I think that part is a little like a plus and advantage, but I do think there are some cultural differences that at times like do clash. Like in the beginning of a relationship, you don't notice it, but like after a while, like those cultural differences are like the big, it seems like they're like the biggest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, like I was asking you couple days ago like about the lights. You were like, do you like fluorescent light or orange light? Like I can only have orange light and he wants fluorescent light. And I feel like fluorescent light makes me feel like I'm out of school, right? And I think like in India, a lot of people use fluorescent lighting
Mm-hmm.
everywhere
Mm-hmm.
and they're so used to that. So it's like these small things that become like, it's not huge, it's not like affecting our relationship, but it's just like the way we want to live. Like, do we have fluorescent lighting or yellow lighting? And so these small things can become large, but I feel like both of us are very like, we compromise in certain things and we don't compromise in certain things. So we've been able to like navigate through those differences, but it can be very, very like if you don't know what you're walking into and you date someone that's out of your like not in the same race, or we're the same race. We're just like raised differently. So yeah.
From the same city from India too.
Yeah, exactly. We speak the same language, but there's still so many differences.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I completely agree that on that. Like for me, like when I walked in relationship, it was mostly like learning by doing, and then for me, it was like not even from the same city. She was from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like you said, the small things like about saying sorry and thank you,
Mhm.
it's a huge difference. Like if I miss that, just be like, wait, am I a slave or something? Like it's for us, it's for as coming from India, we're not used to saying like all those things. It's not that we're not grateful, it's just we're not used to it.
Yeah.
But here, like, you say sorry and thank you so many times that they're used to it. So
Yeah.
it's always like being mindful and trying to reach the middle ground and making things work.
And it's not that you're wrong or someone else is wrong. It's just that's their fundamental like how we were raised.
Right.
Like and if just like suddenly having to change that for either parties is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like there are certain things like if it's really important to you then you shouldn't compromise on it, but if it's things that you feel like okay like that makes them happier, so of course I'll just say thank you and please, like that's not really hurting me in
Yeah.
any way.
Mm-hmm.
So those kind of things like the small ones are okay, but if it's like large differences then it's harder to it's harder to navigate. But those differences can also be the reason like you have so much fun. Like some person could be very introverted or extroverted, not relating to culture or anything, but that can make someone's life more vibrant and colorful for the introverted person. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I think that too. Yeah, that's it's a pretty good insight about the couple things. Just so many things came to my head.